A young girl never makes it home one night, and what seems like an accident begins to unravel into something far darker. Whispers of bullying, betrayal, and a restless spirit soon turn grief into terror, leaving her family and friends to face a truth no one is ready for. The story begins with a chilling note, warning viewers that what they are about to hear is based on true events that happened in Indonesia in 2016. Events that shook countless people to their core. After that, we see the real photograph of Vina. She was born on January 16, 2000, and she passed away on August 28, 2016. These two dates carry deep meaning in this story. The first day in the story begins when Vina visits her best friend Linda's aunt Hasti at her hair salon to get extensions. The salon feels a little strange because Hasti is not just a hairdresser, she is also a shaman who practices black magic. When Vina asks to take her cut hair back with her, Hasti explains that hair extensions are made from those same discarded hairs, the ones people throw away. This revelation makes Vina uneasy and a little disturbed. Meanwhile, Linda arrives at the salon with her friend Nurul. Nurul finds the place so strange that she feels uncomfortable and wants to leave quickly. This moment sets the tone that the salon is surrounded by things that could easily frighten anyone. As Vina and Linda talk, Linda asks if Vina liked a boy named Agi. Vina replies that she had already confronted him and taught him a lesson, and now he won't bother her anymore. It's a small but emotional exchange between the two girls. Later, the girls head to a festival where they get to enjoy themselves for a while. Vina gives Linda a letter, telling her that if she ever misses her, she should read it. This small gesture shows how deeply Vina valued her friendships. During the festival, Vina's grandmother calls her, telling her that Marlena, Vina's elder sister, had a flat tire on her scooter and would be late getting home. Because of this, her grandmother insists that Vina should not return home alone. After a while, when Vina and Linda are about to leave, Linda's neighbors, Vina and Eky, show up. Eky is Vina's boyfriend. Linda suggests that Eky should take Vina home on his scooter so she can be safe. Vina and Eky set off on the scooter, but on the way, a food vendor's utensils fall on the road. This small incident makes Linda worry about Vina's safety. Still, Vina continues the journey home with Eky. That's when a notorious motorcycle gang called Doom Riders suddenly crosses their path. Without any reason, they brutally attack them. Some gang members beat Vina with metal poles, shattering her arms and legs, leaving her body severely injured. One gang member strikes Eky on the head with a stick, causing their scooter to fall. But the scooter wasn't damaged, the biggest proof that this was not an accident, but a planned assault. The gang viciously beats both of them. Eky's face is left badly injured. After the assault, they abandon Vina and Eky at the scene, trying to make it look like a simple accident. The next day, police officer Indra and a paranormal blogger named Danny investigate the site. The police quickly declare it an accident because there are no tire marks from another vehicle. But Vina's grandfather refuses to believe this version of the story. Her father and grandfather, who worked as a security guard, grow more suspicious, convinced that the police are hiding the truth. Then comes Vina's funeral. Her grandmother performs the last bath rituals because Vina's mother was out of town. With a heavy heart, she washes Vina's broken and bruised body. Her skin was terribly damaged, her legs shattered, and her whole body carried the signs of torture. The pain of Vina's death was etched in every family member's heart. Her grandfather mourns in silence, while her father, devastated and broken, sits alone in grief, shedding tears for his beloved daughter. Marlena tries to give him some emotional support in this unbearable time. Strangely, Linda does not attend the funeral, which surprises everyone. It shows just how deeply shattered she was inside. This marks the beginning of Vina's 7 terrifying days, where her restless soul returns, seeking justice and truth behind her brutal death. The next day, news of Vina's death had already spread everywhere. Danny was checking some of Vina's social media profiles when suddenly he heard a voice. It was Vina's voice, crying out for help. Meanwhile, her funeral was taking place. All her family members were heartbroken, and Nurul was also present there. After the funeral, Nurul visited Linda's house, where she found her completely devastated. Linda told her that the way Vina and Eky died didn't seem like an accident at all. To her, it felt like a brutal murder, and that was why there had to be a proper investigation. Later, Danny went to Hasti's salon and spoke to her about Vina. Hasti told him that just a few days ago, Vina had come there for hair extensions. She revealed that apart from being a salon owner, she was also a shaman. But Vina never liked that part of her work. Hasti explained her faith: when a human dies, their spirit remains in this world for 7 days. To fully disconnect from life, everything temporarily attached to the body must be removed, like braces, earrings, nose pins, or hair extensions. Hearing this, Danny started to wonder if the voice he had heard the previous night was real. Maybe Vina's spirit was still connected to this world for 7 days. And with that thought, the scene cut. Meanwhile, Vina's closest friend Linda was drowning in grief. She isolated herself, sitting alone in her room, cutting herself off from the world. She stopped eating and drinking, completely lost in sadness. Those around her grew more and more concerned, but Linda refused to speak to anyone. One evening, Linda suddenly heard Vina's voice. It was filled with pain, begging for help, as if her soul was still trapped somewhere in this world. That night, Linda had strange dreams. In them, she found herself in an open field. Hands rose from the ground, grabbing her feet tightly. Then Vina's spirit appeared in front of her and started clawing at her face with terrifying force. Linda woke up in horror, trembling from what she had just seen. The following day, paranormal blogger Danny met Linda and asked her what had really happened to Vina. Despite being in shock, Linda told him that Vina's case was not just a simple accident. She explained how the motorcycle gang called Doom Riders had attacked Vina and her boyfriend Eky, leading to their deaths. Slowly, Linda began to show signs of Vina's spirit influencing her. It was as if Vina's story and her pain were coming alive inside Linda's body and mind, because Vina's spirit had indeed returned for justice. These moments showed the fine line between truth and deception, where attempts to hide reality clashed directly with the power of the restless soul. On the third day, Vina's grandmother and her sister Marlena went to the police station to collect her belongings that had been secured from the accident site. Among the items, her grandmother noticed strands of hair, the same kind she had already seen at home. This raised a disturbing question. If Vina never came home that night, then how did her hair end up there? Inside the police hall, paranormal blogger Danny was also present. He tried to talk to them, but Vina's grandmother dismissed his beliefs, firmly saying that Vina was not a ghost. Meanwhile, Linda was shown sleeping in her room. Suddenly, she found herself in that same field from her nightmares, where hands emerged from the ground to grab her. This time, Vina's spirit began to merge into her body. It seemed like a dream or a vision. Vina's ghost was trying to show Linda the truth of what really happened. Danny later met Linda again, hoping to understand the full story. Linda slowly began to reveal everything: how Vina was bullied in school and how the gang constantly pressured her. The biggest part of the story finally came to light. A GI, the gang leader and son of a high-ranking police officer, had once attacked Vina and her boyfriend Eky. Both of them suffered severe injuries in that assault. Linda explained further. In their class, there was another girl named Tika, who was Agy's girlfriend. AGI liked Vina, which made Tika extremely jealous. Because of this, Tika and Vina often fought, though other girls sometimes intervened to stop their fights. One day, AGI tried to convince Vina to go on a date with him, but she refused outright and even insulted him before walking away. Vina, passionate about modeling, often took part in competitions. During one such event, after finishing her round, she went backstage to wash her face. AGI followed her there and tried to force himself on her. Furious, Vina slapped him in front of others. This public humiliation deeply wounded AG's ego. There was also a letter that Vina had written, where she expressed her fear, her belief that she would change, and that people might distance themselves from her. The truth behind Vina's death lay in that night's brutal attack. The gang had assaulted both Vina and Eky mercilessly, then staged the entire incident to look like an accident. The story was no longer about a simple accident. It was clearly part of a larger conspiracy. We then saw AGI with his family. His father, a respected police officer, decided to send him out of the city because of his growing involvement in dangerous and unlawful activities with his friends. But that night, while AGI was alone in his room, he suddenly began hearing Vina's voice. Looking around, he saw ice cubes scattered everywhere. Then Vina's spirit appeared and attacked him violently. violently. Terrified, AGI ran out of the room. Overcome by fear, he almost attempted suicide, but his father arrived just in time to stop him. On the fourth day, paranormal blogger Danny once again visited the accident site. This time, he discovered the exact open field that Linda had seen in her nightmare the previous night. It became clear that Vina's spirit was trying to guide her friends toward the hidden truth. Back at home, Linda sat alone in her room, reading the letter Vina had once given her. In it, Vina had poured out her heart, confessing her fears that she felt she was changing, that she might drift away from her friends, and how deeply this thought pained her. Reading those words, Linda was consumed by guilt and sorrow. She broke down, tormented by the weight of their friendship and by the feeling that she had failed Vina. Slowly, something even stranger began to happen. Linda entered a state of possession. Vina's spirit had now taken over her body. Vina's grandmother and the others soon realized what was happening and rushed to Linda's home. What they saw left them shaken. Linda's body was now carrying the same wounds that Vina had endured on the night of her death. Through Linda's possessed state, Vina finally revealed the horrifying truth. That night, the bike gang had ambushed Vina and Eky. First, they struck Eky on the head with a pole, then repeatedly ran their motorbikes over his feet and legs until his bones shattered. After beating him mercilessly, they turned on Vina. They brutally attacked her, then dragged both bodies to an isolated field. There, before disposing of her, AGI forced himself on Vina, and afterward, his friends committed the same monstrous crime. Hearing this truth left everyone horrified and furious. Vina revealed that the attack had all been AG's plan, and that he was preparing to leave the city soon. She wanted nothing more than to see him punished for his crimes. Her grandmother begged her to release Linda, who was suffering under the unbearable pain of possession. At last, Vina let go of her friend's body. Now the family had only one mission left to ensure AGI and his gang face justice, so that Vina's spirit could finally find peace. Through Linda, we saw the depth of Vina's pain, and how desperately she tried to warn her friends of the truth. Danny recorded everything Linda had revealed during her possession, documenting every detail of the gang's crimes. This recording spread quickly, going viral, shocking everyone who heard it. The next day, Vina's grandmother, Danny, and the others went to the police station. Danny's elder brother, Inspector Indra, was handling the case. But because powerful people were trying to bury the matter, he had been attempting to keep Danny away from the investigation. Still, Indra admitted that what police had found so far matched perfectly with the audio recording. He introduced Vina's family to a lawyer, who explained that although the police had interrogated some suspects, they had no solid evidence yet. The only way forward was to conduct a second post-mortem, this time thoroughly, so the criminals could finally be punished. That night, we saw AGI hiding in a resort, but Vina's spirit returned to him. She appeared in front of him, terrifying him, and then violently broke his arms and legs. This scene made one thing very clear: Vina's spirit would not rest until she had justice. The next morning, a post-mortem team arrived at Vina's grave. Her body was exhumed, so the real cause of death could be investigated, since the initial autopsy had been done carelessly. During this, Linda once again fell into possession. Through her, Vina wept and begged for release, saying she wanted the pain to end so she could finally be free. Inspector Indra personally oversaw the post-mortem. He removed the braces and hair extensions from Vina's body, severing her spirit's connection to the earthly remains. At last, Linda was released from possession, feeling a moment of relief. The new post-mortem results exposed the truth, and soon after, police launched raids on the gang's hideouts, shops, and hotels. 8 members of the gang were arrested, and 7 of them were sentenced to life imprisonment. But some of the main culprits, including AGI, were never found. Perhaps they fled, changed their identities, or maybe, just as in the resort that night, Vina herself had already dealt with them. In the film's chilling conclusion, we hear the real possessed recordings of Linda, where she describes in her own voice the terrifying truth, how AGI and his gang committed the most horrific crimes against Vina. These recordings are disturbing, raw, and haunting, reminding us of just how painful and horrifying the truth really was. So friends, this was the complete story of the movie. I hope you understood it well and enjoyed the explanation. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Also, tell me in the comments which part of this movie you found the most interesting and which movie explanation you want to see next. Tell me in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay mysteriously